Tonight, we're rediving into some truly groundbreaking medical news that has the potential to change how we think about both vaccines and cancer treatment. New research suggests that the widely used mRNA COVID-19 vaccines might actually help cancer patients live longer. This isn't just a small finding. It's a multi-institutional analysis that has captured the immediate attention of oncologists, top medical journals, and the press worldwide. So, what exactly did they find? And what could this mean for the future of cancer therapy? Let's break it all down. The study focused on patients with two very serious types of cancer: advanced non-small cell lung cancer and metastatic melanoma. Researchers sifted through a massive amount of medical records, and what they discovered was stunning. Patients who received an mRNA COVID-19 vaccine either within about 3 months before or after starting a common type of cancer treatment called immune checkpoint inhibitor therapy lived substantially longer, on average, than similar patients who were not vaccinated against COVID. To put this in perspective, checkpoint inhibitors are a revolutionary form of immunotherapy. They work by taking the brakes off the body's own immune system, allowing it to recognize and attack cancer cells. This treatment has already saved countless lives, but it doesn't work for everyone. Finding a way to make it more effective is one of the biggest goals in oncology today. This new analysis showed a remarkable increase in median overall survival for the vaccinated group. We're talking about a difference that is not just statistically significant, but clinically meaningful. It's the kind of result that makes everyone in the field stop and pay very close attention. Now, you might be wondering, how could a vaccine designed for a virus possibly help fight cancer? This is where the science gets really fascinating. The researchers didn't just look at patient data. They also conducted laboratory studies to understand the why behind their findings. They discovered a plausible mechanism that connects the dots. It appears that the mRNA vaccine triggers a powerful, broad-based, innate immune response. Think of it as sounding a general alarm throughout your immune system. This alarm can essentially reset or amplify the body's anti-tumor immunity. When you combine this boosted immune state with a checkpoint inhibitor drug that is already trying to unleash the immune system on cancer, you get a powerful 1-2 punch. The vaccine seems to be acting as an agaventa substance that enhances the body's immune response to an antigen. To test this theory further, the team didn't stop with human data. They turned to preclinical models, specifically mouse experiments, which are a cornerstone of cancer research. The results there mirrored what they saw in the patient records. In mice with cancer, combining immunotherapy with an mRNA vaccination led to significantly slower tumor growth compared to immunotherapy alone. This alignment between retrospective human data and prospective animal models is what makes the findings so compelling. It's one thing to see a correlation in patient charts. It's another to see it replicated in a controlled lab setting, which strengthens the case that this isn't just a coincidence. It's also important to note what they didn't find. The researchers checked if other routine vaccines, like the flu shot, had a similar effect. They didn't. This suggests the effect might be specific to the mRNA vaccine platform itself, or perhaps the particular type of immune signals these vaccines generate. This specificity is another key piece of the puzzle, hinting that we're on the trail of a unique biological interaction. Naturally, the scientific and medical communities have reacted with a mixture of excitement and caution. The study was a hot topic at recent major oncology conferences, and the findings were quickly published in peer-reviewed journals. News outlets picked up the story, highlighting the incredible potential, but also echoing the researchers' own calls for careful interpretation. And that brings us to the crucial next steps. The investigators themselves are the first to say that their results are preliminary and observational. They've identified a very strong association, but an association isn't the same as definitive proof of causation. There could be other factors at play. For instance, were the patients who chose to get vaccinated healthier to begin with? While the researchers did their best to control for these variables, retrospective studies always have limitations. This is known as selection bias, and it's a challenge in any study that looks back at past data instead of setting up a controlled experiment from the start. This is why the gold standard in medical research is the randomized, prospective clinical trial, and that's exactly what everyone is calling for now. In such a trial, one group of cancer patients would receive the standard immunotherapy plus the mRNA vaccine, while a control group would receive the immunotherapy plus a placebo. Patients would be randomly assigned to each group to eliminate bias. By comparing the outcomes, researchers could definitively prove whether the vaccine directly improves cancer therapy. The good news is that trial planning is reportedly already underway at major cancer centers. Several research groups have announced they are designing or proposing phase 3 clinical trials to answer these questions rigorously. If these future trials confirm the initial findings, the implications would be immediate and enormous. We would have an existing, widely distributed, and well-tolerated vaccine that could be repurposed as a low-cost immune booster to improve one of our most important cancer treatments. Imagine a world where a simple vaccination, administered at the right time, could significantly increase a patient's chances of responding to immunotherapy and extend their life. It would be a paradigm shift in oncology. Of course, there are still many questions to answer. What is the optimal timing for the vaccine relative to the start of cancer treatment? Does the benefit apply to other types of cancer? Are there any unforeseen risks when using a vaccine as a cancer treatment adjunct? Experts are emphasizing a measured approach. They point out that billions of doses of mRNA vaccines have been administered globally for COVID-19, establishing a strong safety record. However, using any vaccine for a new purpose as an add-on to cancer therapy requires its own rigorous testing to fully understand the benefits and risks for this specific patient population. So, to sum it all up, we have a truly exciting, unexpected potential benefit emerging from the mRNA COVID-19 vaccines. The initial evidence, combining patient data and lab work, suggests they could strengthen anti-tumor immune responses when paired with checkpoint inhibitors. The findings are promising but preliminary. The next critical step is to conduct carefully controlled clinical trials to see if this association holds up under the strictest scientific scrutiny. If it does, it could become a safe, effective, and accessible new strategy in our fight against cancer. This is a perfect example of how scientific discovery works. Sometimes the most profound insights come from unexpected places. A tool developed for one public health crisis might hold the key to helping us in another. We'll be following this story very closely as the clinical trials progress. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this information valuable, please like this video and subscribe for more updates on the latest breakthroughs in science and medicine. See you next time.